Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Canamore. I'm going to start our read aloud today. I've picked out Ms.Sue Has No Clue. Here we go, from our favorite Dan Gutman. First chapter is called $5,000, but here's the locker that they always show us. My name is AJ and I hate dead fish. Live fish are okay, but I don't like the dead ones. We just finished pledging the allegiance in Mr. Granite's class when our principal, Mr. Klutz, came in. He has no hair at all. I mean, none. But you wouldn't have known it because he was wearing a baseball cap on his head. Where else would you wear a baseball hat? On the front of his cap was the word hats. It was weird. He was only wearing one hat. Why does your hat say hats on it? Asked my friend Michael, who never ties his shoes. Yeah, Mr. Klutz, do you label all your stuff? Asked Ryan, who will eat anything, even stuff that isn't food. It would be weird to have a lamp with a sign on it that said lamp, or a table with a sign on it that said table. Some stuff you just don't need to name. Hats stands for helping all to succeed, Mr. Klutz told us. That's what we try to do here every day at elementary school. Mr. Klutz doesn't come into our classroom very often. I figured he must have something really important to say. I hoped that we weren't in trouble. Maybe he found out what we did to Mr. Granite's pencil sharpener, or maybe he found out what Ryan tried to flush down the toilet the other day. I tried to remember all the bad things I did recently. I came in here to tell you, children, that next month is our annual school carnival, Mr. Klutz said. I'm hoping we'll be able to raise $5,000 so we can buy new playground equipment. $5,000? Is he crazy? That's almost $1 million. How are we ever going to raise that much money? Asked Neil, who we call the nude kid even though he wears clothes. I could sell my sister, I volunteered. That's illegal, Arlo, said Andrea Young, this annoying girl with curly brown hair. She calls me by my real name because she knows I don't like it. Yeah, said her crybaby friend Emily, who agrees with everything Andrea says. That's illegal. Well, maybe we can sell my sister's American Girl doll collection, I suggested. It's worth a lot of money. How about we sell these desks and chairs and school supplies, suggested Alexia, who rides a skateboard everywhere. We don't need that stuff. I know, said Ryan. Maybe we can sell the whole school. It must be worth at least $5,000. Yeah, all the kids agreed, except for Andrea and Emily. Ryan should get the Nobel Prize for that idea. That's a prize they give it out to people who don't have bells. If we sold the school, we wouldn't have any place to put the playground equipment, said Mr. Granite. Good point. The reason I wanted to speak to you today, Mr. Klutz continued, is because I'm looking for a parent who will volunteer to be in charge of the fundraising at the carnival. Fundraising, I asked. What does that mean? Well, explained Mr. Klutz, funds are money and raising is raising. So, we're looking for a parent who can pick up money off the ground, I asked. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't say anything funny. No, dumbhead, said Andrea, rolling her eyes. Mr. Klutz is looking for a parent who knows how to raise money. I knew that, I lied. My mom used to be a professional fundraiser, said Alexia. But I don't want her to volunteer. Why not? Asked Andrea. I bet she would be great. My mom is weird, said Alexia. She'll embarrass me if she comes to school. All parents are weird and embarrassing, I told Alexia. Yeah, you should see my dad, said Michael. He trims his ear hair with a little machine that he sticks in his ear. All dads trim their ear hair, said Michael. All dads are weird, I pointed out. And if our dads didn't trim the hair in their ears, they would have 5-foot-long hair sticking out of their ears. If that's not weird, I don't know what is. What about nose hair? Asked Ryan. That's way weirder than ear hair. Boys are gross, Andrea said. Why can't a truck full of nose hairs fall on Andrea's head? We were all arguing about which was weirder, nose hair or ear hair. Mr. Klutz clapped his hands and made a peace sign with his fingers, which means, shut up. Alexia, is your mother's name Sue? Asked Mr. Klutz. Yeah. I'm going to give her a call, Mr. Klutz said. She would be a big help to us. Alexia sank under her desk. Chapter 2 we're going to do tomorrow, kiddos, and it's called The Queen of Cupcakes. I hope you like Chapter 1. Miss you bunches. Mwah.